Everyone take a deep breath. There we go.
Thank you, Rose. Now that we're all in a good mood, I hope I don't depress you. Just kidding, we'll say. Good morning. So yes, I'm Yesenia Ceballos, and I'm the proud wellness counselor for Sierra High School. And thank you for being here this morning and letting me share my story with you. I stand before you today as someone living a life I once thought impossible. A life that at 18, I could only dream of. A life with a fulfilling career and a beautiful family. My journey here hasn't been ideal. And if that younger version of me had known the path I would take, maybe the heartache, pain, and struggle would have been easier to endure. But here I am, a testament to the power of perseverance, love, and the importance of the work we do. Statistically, I shouldn't be standing here. With an ACEs score of 7, the odds were stacked against me. For those unfamiliar, an ACEs score refers to adverse childhood experiences, which is a measure of trauma during childhood. And, as illustrated in the pair of ACEs tree, adverse community environments can foster these adverse childhood experiences. If you have an ACEs score of 4 or more, it increases the likelihood of lasting effects on one's health and well-being. And a score of 6 or higher increases the risk of having a shorter lifespan by 20 years. My life began in secrecy, a surprise to everyone. No one knew of my existence until the day I was born. My mother, just 19 years old, had hidden her pregnancy out of fear and shame. She didn't want anyone to know that she had had an affair with an older married man. My grandparents, whom I called Mama y Papa, raised me as their own, alongside my uncle and my aunt, in our tiny 700 square foot home in Watts. Despite the poverty and dangers around us, I felt loved and secure. From birth to age 9, Mama and I were inseparable. Mama was my world, and I was hers. She taught me the importance of service and community, values that have shaped my entire life. But when I was 9, my life took a drastic turn. My mother, whom I barely knew, decided I would live with her and my stepfather. The stable, loving environment I had known was replaced with one of instability and fear. My mother struggled with severe mental health issues, and my stepfather was a violent alcoholic. Verbal abuse was a daily reality. My stepfather would drive drunk with me in the car and would frequently put our lives in danger. On one occasion, he drove us onto the opposite side of traffic. I was terrified. When he was incarcerated for multiple DUIs, I was so relieved. I thought, finally, a break. But that was just a temporary solution. As my mother's mental health worsened, so did the ability to take care of me. Keeping secrets was her specialty, and I was forbidden to let the family know about the severity of the drinking and much less about how ill she was. Instead, when I got too much, we left in the van and lived there for a few weeks. At 11 years old and in the 6th grade, I took on the role of caretaker and was in charge of most of the household responsibilities in order to reduce the violent eruptions from both my mother and my stepfather. By the time I was in the 8th grade, I had become the protector of my mother and my baby brother. I was blocking punches and shielding them from harm whenever he came home drunk. I sought out pseudo families in the neighborhood and signed up for every school activity I could think of, just to not be home. At 15, I was sent to live with his family in Colombia, a family whom I had never met, because I was defiant. I needed discipline for blocking punches and talking back to him. In his words, for being disrespectful. For the first time since living with Mama, I experienced what a loving family felt like and find a sense of peace. But that peace was short-lived. After overstaying my visa, I was there for a year, I was deported from Colombia and forced to return to the United States. That's a new one, huh? But back to a household full of chaos and abuse. But now, with the added responsibility of parenting my baby brother, I was seen as an adult and a child at the same time. Desperate for help, I begged that we go to family therapy, only to be blamed and told I was the problem. So, feeling hopeless, I ran away from home for 2 months to my best friend's house. When I was forced to return, I finally gathered the courage to seek help from my school counselor. But instead of support, I was dismissed and scolded for running away. She fixated on my poor grades, telling me that I was a smart kid from the advanced classes and I should know better than that. At that moment, I stopped caring and I started ditching school, which led to me being sent away at 17, my senior year of high school. But this time, I was sent away to Mexico with Mama and a family I knew and loved. When it was time for me to return a year later to the same abusive environment, I couldn't take it any longer. A month before turning 18, I took on 2 jobs, moved out, took the GED, and enrolled in community college, determined to create a better life for myself and continue my education, which brings me here with you. Throughout my life, I had the love and support of my grandmother, uncles, aunts, friends' parents who adopted me as family. They guided me, believed in me, and helped me to build resilience. They pushed me to persevere. They were my protective factors, my positive childhood experiences. I'm not unique or an anomaly. There are people in this room who have similar experiences to mine, if not worse. 1 in 6 people have an ACEs score of 4 or higher. That's 17%, which is roughly in this room about 40 to 45 people. So how are we here today? How did we make it? What built our resiliency? A recent study led by Christina Bethel at Johns Hopkins University involving 6,188 adults identified 7 types of positive childhood experiences, PCEs, that are strongly linked to good mental health in adulthood. The research emphasizes that while reducing ACEs is crucial, increasing PCEs is equally important for fostering resilience and promoting healthier adult outcomes. The relationship between PCEs and mental health is dose responsive, meaning that the more positive experiences a child has, the better their health will be as an adult. What's even better is that the study further indicates that a higher number of PCEs can mitigate the negative effects of ACEs, offering protection against poor adult health and enhancing overall wellness. The 7 types of positive childhood experiences are feeling able to talk to their family about feelings, feeling their family stood by them in difficult times, enjoying participating in community traditions, feeling a sense of belonging in high school, feeling supported by friends, having at least 2 non-parent adults who take genuine interest in them, and feeling safe and protected by an adult in their home. But not every student is as fortunate to have enough people in their lives that can provide the positive childhood experiences that offset the adverse childhood experiences. This is where you come in, where we come in. We are the protective factors for those who have few or none at home. We have the power to make a difference in the lives of students experiencing the same trauma, pain, and hopelessness that some of us experienced. I remember the first time a student told me, "I'm tired." I felt it in my core. I knew I needed to do more, yet didn't know how to begin. Around this time, An innovative leader, Hector Marietta, arrived to Sierra. He quickly realized that the students needed much more than credit recovery. He shared his vision of supporting the whole student and proposed a new plan to be put into action. He said, "What if we were to focus on these 6 areas of wellness with the ultimate goal of graduation?" This was one of the first of many what ifs, the good kind of what ifs. It was exciting to think about the possibilities and what this could mean for the students. Coincidentally, a district-wide initiative led by Dr. Bomentry was being launched to improve the health and well-being of students. Key partnerships were formed with local health providers, universities, and community organizations. All the core pieces were coming together. Too often, I hear people say, "We don't have the space to start the work." Or, "When they bring us a building, then we can begin." Or, "We're just too busy." They want the services, but expect someone else to provide them or for everything to be put in place for the work to begin. But who is this they that we're talking about? It's us. We can't wait for others to bring the services to us. Instead, we must collaborate, find solutions, and take actions ourselves. We didn't wait. We rolled up our sleeves and made it happen. It was too important not to. My family volunteered and still does to this day. Our principal worked alongside us every step of the way, never shying away from a task, no matter how small. His hands-on approach and unwavering support were instrumental in building not just the systems, but the physical space itself. We literally built it panel by panel. We created something truly transformative. I'm not going to lie. It was and is a lot of work. This isn't a one-and-done venture. Together, we developed a comprehensive school-based health center that offers a wide range of services, including mental and physical health care, peer leaders, mental health advocates, and a community resource center that provides food, clothing, and diapers. We gradually began piloting programs, and over the past 8 years, we've continued to expand our offerings with a strong focus on enhancing community outreach. Here's an overview of the mental health services on campus. Individual therapy, crisis care, and case management are provided by 2 AMFTs and myself, an APCC, as well as Loma Linda doctoral practicum students that provide individual care and group therapy. Partners Against Violence, a school social work intern that assists with case management and conducts student check-ins. Physical health services are provided in the following manner: on-site telemedicine services, IEHP health navigators, preventive dental care twice a year, vision clinics, CHS mobile medical and dental units that come monthly and which are also available to the community. We have a health and wellness class that new students are to attend in order to front-load them with wellness skills. Some topics covered in this class are mental health education and stigma reduction, healthy relationships, and substance use prevention and harm reduction education. The Olive Branch Community Center, which was started in collaboration with the Inland Career Education Center, provides basic needs free of charge to the community. Additionally, we work with the following partners: the Community Health Workers, Inland Career Education Center, SBCSS, Goodwill, and more. If you haven't noticed, we rely heavily on our partners. We also earned awards for Model Continuation School, America's Healthiest School for the past 2 years, PBIS Gold Award, recognized ASCO Model Program, and our peer mental health advocates, the Sunshine Crew, presented at the Youth to Youth Conference last year. Thank you. And after 8 years of providing vital support and proving our program's value to the school community, we finally received funding for a new building. We are excited to invite everyone to visit during the February Coalition meeting where Sierra will be hosting in our new space. Join us to witness the evolution and growth of our program firsthand. Our continued expansion is largely due to the help of our partners. They form the backbone of our services. We don't have the capacity to meet every need on our own, but through partnerships, like our collaboration with Loma Linda University and IEHP, which allows us to expand mental health services and essentials like food and diapers, we've been able to bridge the gaps. While one person can initiate change, it takes a team to create lasting impact. By fostering partnerships and collaboration, we can dramatically improve outcomes for our students. And the number of students who overcome adversity and succeed wouldn't be the exception. They would be the rule. Simon Sinek famously says, leadership is not about being in charge. Leadership is about taking care of those in your charge. Hector Murrieta, the leader at Sierra High School, has done just that. And it has made all the difference in the world. He didn't micromanage or stifle creativity. Instead, he trusted in our ability to do the work. Throughout the years, I've met many champions of health who share our same vision, but lack the same level of support from their administration. I believe the success of this initiative wasn't just about resources. Our success began with the strong in-house collaboration. Our administrator doesn't just issue orders. We work alongside each other with the spirit of teamwork. It's also not, you shall do this, but rather, let's do this together. This includes going to pick up food and diapers monthly, using his own trailer, unloading it, working the bi-monthly produce distributions, getting elbow deep in shoveling the spoils, collaborating, being present at tours, meetings, and including us in the decision-making. It was also about trust, relationships, and a shared vision. It was about leaders like our assistant superintendent, Dr. Rodriguez, who believed in our work, supported us, and allowed us the flexibility to innovate and grow. So don't be afraid to be a Murrieta. Ask, what if? And why not? Dream big and let your team bring that vision to life. If we can create these services at Sierra with hardly any funding, anyone can. Don't wait for the perfect infrastructure or for all the money to be in. Start with what you have. Build partnerships, trust your team, their expertise, and be flexible. 19% of the population in San Bernardino and 20% of the population in Riverside County have experienced 4 or more ACEs. The need for support is undeniable and urgent. This is our moment to act. We cannot wait any longer to provide the resources and care our children deserve. Schools are the only place we leave our children trusting that they will be safe and cared for because it's the most trusted place in the community. Therefore, it makes sense that the schools should also be the place where students and families receive the support and care they need to flourish. School-based health centers play a critical role in this vision, offering support that is not just an added benefit, but a necessity. These centers should become the standard in every school, helping to close the opportunity gaps and ensuring that all students, especially those who have experienced trauma, can move beyond mere survival to fully thrive. Thank you.